I can't tell if the camera's blurry or if my eyes are just blurry. Hopefully it's the latter. Hello everyone, welcome back to The Hot Mess. Jake and Zara, also known as Plant Gay for Life. I thought I'd do something a little bit differently because my philosophy is that plant care equals self-care. And I guess I'm just going to take you guys on a little morning/daily routine and kind of just show you guys how I function surrounded by all of this greenery that I'm seeing behind me. By the way, those are all grow lights. That's how bright it is in here. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you how plant care and self-care go hand in hand in this household. Let's just start off with my morning routine. Usually I like to just start out with a workout, or if I'm not feeling it, I'll do like some yoga, some yin yoga, just kind of, you know, take inventory, just have kind of a grateful session. I did a photo video shoot yesterday. We're doing a promo for an upcoming show in Manhattan, and I have all of my crap just like all over the floor. So I gotta clean this up before I can do my downward dogs and all that shit or whatever. So yeah, let me clean all this stuff up. Alright, I think that's going to do it for now. I still have some stuff that I have to put away. My camera and all that stuff is still out from last night. But I'll get that done later on. But yeah, I just wanted to get all this stuff cleared and out of the way so I can do my yoga and my morning routine. Get that done, start the day off good. So a yoga channel that I recommend, that I really like, it's my go-to, it's called Breathe and Flow. It's this really adorable couple, and I just like their vibes. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that, just a little 28-minute thing. I got pretty tight hamstrings and everything else, so I always do the yoga for beginners, and I work up a good sweat doing that, even if it's more of the yin stuff. You know, but all you need is just to kind of get your core locked in, just kind of wake the body up. That's all you need. You don't have to do crazy handstands and all that stuff, unless that's your thing. All right, I'm just gonna stop talking and procrastinating and just get into it. I can't. This is my second favorite part of yoga, just like the meditation part. Favorite part coming up right after this. But this is the moment during my practice where, you know, usually they'll tell us to close our eyes, but and I do that, but then half the time I will actually leave my eyes open and I'll just kind of like look around my apartment and I just take in everything. I take in all of the plants, all of the greenery around me, all of the life. When a plant puts out a new leaf, or when orchids put out, you know, a beautiful bouquet of flowers, that is life thriving and fighting to survive and just working hard every day. You know, plants, they don't hit the snooze button. That's the thing about plants, and that's one of the many reasons that they inspire me so much, is that they don't hit the snooze button. They're up and at 'em. As soon as those grow lights turn on, they're like, all right, time to photosynthesize, time to make those sugars, do that, you know, photosynthesis crap, and let's get our day going. And even at night when they're resting, which, you know, all plants need that rest period. You can't have a plant, you know, under a grow light 24/7. Even during that rest time, you know, kind of like how even though when we rest, when we sleep, our bodies, while we're sleeping, are kind of taking inventory and rehabbing and repairing and all that stuff. So I just take this moment to look around my space, look at all the beautiful plants. You know, sometimes I can get really caught up in, oh, like this plant's not doing so well, and you know, like, I really wish I had this plant. And I get so caught up in the cloud of like collecting plants, and I just go, Jake, You live in the most beautiful home. I feel like I live in the most beautiful space for me. And I feel like we should all think that. We should all think that about our space. Make our space the most beautiful space for us. That's why I always talk about my grow tent being a place for all my rehabs, my seedlings, my ugly stuff, my propagations, all the visually unflattering stuff that goes in there, because I want to fill my space with beautiful plants. I want to decorate my space with plants. Planterior design, people. Having borderline ADD, my mind wanders into the future, into the past, and it can be hard to meditate. And I noticed that that is what triggers my anxiety, what triggers my depression. And as long as I can put a pinpoint on, okay, what just caused me to feel this way? What just caused this imbalance? Usually it's because I'm not living in the present moment. I'm thinking about like all the things that I should have done, all the things that I haven't done yet, all the things that I wish I could do, all the things I wish I had done better. Thinking about the past, thinking about the future, like, oh, like this thing's coming up and I hope it goes really well, and you know, I hope this thing works out. Oh, I have all the stuff to do next week. You know, you just have to take each day as it comes. I know that sounds very cliche, but just living in the moment. I once read this book. I have to read it again. It's been many years, but I read this book called Buddhism, Plain and Simple. I'm probably going to have to read that again just to kind of brush up on it. But it's a very short book, a little novella. And it's just some guy that studied Buddhism, and he just kind of simplifies what Buddhism is. And Buddhism, it's not a religion. It's not like Hinduism or Christianity or, you know, any of that stuff, because you don't have to believe in anything. You know, you can be a Buddhist atheist, you can be a Buddhist Christian, a Buddhist Muslim, because it's really just a philosophy. It's a state of kind of being in the present moment and not thinking too far ahead or too far back. That's a very reductive, simplistic way of describing Buddhism, but I do recommend that book, Buddhism, Plain and Simple. I actually have it, it's like over there somewhere on my bookshelf. It's like a plant shelf with like some decorative books. Because I don't read, guys. So when I read, I'm very proud of myself, and I put that book on display like, oh yeah, I've read that book. Or I've at least read a few pages. But yeah, I can get very caught in my head like a lot of us, and I really love to do yoga because it allows me this moment. I look around and I'm like, oh, look at that new leaf. It looks so fucking beautiful. Or I look out and I see, you know, the sun's out right now. The sky is totally blue, some little puffy clouds. You know, I have some art that my friends have made, some art that I had made. And I think, wow, like my friends are so damn talented. And wow, like I painted that and I decorated this part of my space to look so beautiful with all the plants. Or when I'm working on my music, you know, I have a lot of days where I'm like, wow, I really don't like this song. Or man, I cannot crack this song. But then when I have those days where I'm like, ooh, this song fucking slaps. This song is really good. That's what makes life so rewarding, is finding that gratitude and finding your strengths. I think we focus too much on our weaknesses, so finding those strengths in your life. And now we're gonna get to my favorite part of yoga, which is Shavasana. I don't know what that means, other than you get to lay down for like 5 minutes and take a little nap. Peace, motherfucker. Oh, you're doing it with me? Oh, we can fast forward through this. You can do this on your own time. Oh, all right, and now we are on to the tea. I'm gonna go fill up my tea. I love having me some bag tea. It's a little bit warm today. It's like 75 degrees in here. My apartment really likes to insulate heat. I actually have sound absorbing acrylic panels in my windows for my music making because I record music at home. The heat really stays in this space. Not a lot of airflow unless I open that little window right there, but Brittany's blocking it, you know, so, oh yeah, I always forget to close these. Usually dishes would be there for like a normal person, but normal is so overrated, so it's all plant stuff. Yeah, so let me get my tea. So like I said, it's a little bit warm today. Oh, well, you know, when you don't have a view, you might as well make your own view, you know what I'm saying? What I was going to say was it is a little warm today. I think it's, you know, probably like 50 degrees or something outside, maybe even like 60. When it's cooler, I will make myself a hot tea. Love me some hot tea, but this morning I got my raspberry tea with some ice. Yeah, it's just ice and water and a raspberry tea bag, so let's, I don't know why, but raspberry tea is just so refreshing. And I found that when I cut out the sugar and the sodium from my diet when it comes to my tea, because I really love to drink tea, it just, like, once I got rid of that craving, yeah, I just feel like I don't feel as jittery. I don't drink coffee in the morning. And I found that when I got rid of another caffeinated drink, which was tea, and I just have the regular decaf tea, just like the tea bags. It's a lot cheaper, by the way, so I'm saving some money. And yeah, I just feel more calm. I feel like I can take on the day, but more rationally. Does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like I'm not making sense. Maybe I am making sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a revolutionary, or maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know. Oh, guys, real quick, look at this varicosum. Guys, you gotta hang your varicosums. I wanna do a whole video on hanging your philodendron. I was gonna do one months and months ago, but then I had a thrips outbreak, and a lot of my hanging philodendron, I sprayed them and they got burnt by the insecticide. Yes, I think I found a concoction that works. But yeah, this guy has not been burnt. Look at that beautiful leaf right there. And in the back, oh, do you guys see that? Are you seeing that? That is freaking beautiful. Varicosums are so great. Honestly, I find that if I isolate him, so do you see how he's not really touching any other plants? He's not near any other plants. I found that when I isolate my spider mite magnets like a varicosum, they don't get spider mites. Which makes sense because spider mites, they don't fly or anything. Like thrips, the spider mites don't get on them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's been doing great. Oh yeah, so there's my bed. I know they always say, you know, make your bed, start your day off making your bed, inspiration, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's about as amazing my bed's gonna get. Unless I have company over. If I have company over, then I will make my bed, but I crawl out of bed and I crawl into bed the same freaking way. So yeah, it looks like there's a person hiding in there. You know what, I wanna do some highlights while I'm going around. So right here is my Grammys, my late Grammys, my mother's Phalaenopsis orchid that was gifted to her by my late uncle, my mother's brother, like 10 years prior. And it's got these beautiful flowers. I got it to rebloom. A few flowers have fallen off. It went a little bit too dry and I underwatered it and some of the roots died back. So, but it has new roots growing and it's got plenty of roots. So I'm not worried at all. But yeah, it freaked out a little bit. So the flowers are probably not gonna last as long. But let me show you this one over here. This right here. Oh, you know what? I need to like hold this so I can show you guys. Look at this, guys. This is a spike I got to spike. What does that even mean? This is a flower spike that I made. No, the plant. Jake, what are you doing? So this flower spike formed under my care? I don't even know what I'm saying. Not only did I get it to rebloom, but it has 3 branches. You see, it has the main branch here, branch right there, branch up there. And if you leave the spikes alone, if you don't cut them or anything, sometimes, even when the flowers fall off, they will do some secondary blooms. Do you see those little buds right there? Those have the potential of becoming flowers down the road. So it could bloom again after these flowers are spent. So this has been in bloom since about the new year. So at this point, recording this about 6-ish weeks, going on 7. So we're getting close to 2 months. So honestly, at any point, the flowers could go, or they could last for another month. That's the thing with Phalaenopsis. They could last 1 month, they could last 3 months. So yeah, oh my God. You know what? When you get a plant to produce seeds or flower or something, it's just so rewarding. And that's what I was talking about before when I do the yoga, you know, when I look at new leaves that grow under my care, or this beautiful flower stuff, I'm like, oh my God, I got this thing to rebloom. This is amazing, because I'm not an orchid expert, guys. I've only been into orchids for like a year. So I'm only just getting some orchids to rebloom for me. This right here, I got from Plant Corner NYC, which is not too far from where I live. It's a Philodendron gloriosum, and it was staked up at the store, and I just put this little, like, it's not driftwood, it's curling willow. Yeah, it's just like a, you know, a nice, natural looking way to make something look more sculpturesque, I guess you could say. I don't know. What am I even doing on YouTube? And speaking of Plant Corner, the owner, Jira, is in Thailand with her husband visiting family. I am going to be watching the store. I watch the store from time to time, so today and tomorrow I'm gonna be watching the store. Oh, guys, I have to show you something because I don't know if I'm gonna fuck it up, but let me show you this right here. This is really, really amazing. This is an Anthurium Schizerianum. Now, you might look at this and think, oh, isn't that like the common one? No, honey. Let me show you something. Now this right here is the common one. This is Anthurium andrianum or andrianum, and it's been in cultivation probably the longest of all the anthuriums. Most andrianums are actually like complex hybrids or cultivars, so they're maybe not like true andrianums. They're like andrianum crossed with this and that and this and that, like over the years. This one I got, which is kind of interesting because it has this kind of curly Q inflorescence. Are you seeing that right there? And also right there? Usually they're more like that and they're kind of like spread out like a heart shape. So they kind of look like, what's that card? The Heart of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts, wait. The Heart, anyway. The Queen of Hearts, I don't know, I don't play cards. I just wanna highlight that real quick. This inflow is starting to go. As you can see, the spadix is browning. So good time for me to show you this before it totally falls off. But look at that, it's like a little flame. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, there's that one, which is the common one. And then there is this one right here. Now sometimes it's referred to as the pigtail Anthurium. I also once read that it was referred to as the devil's tongue Anthurium. I kind of like that title. Jake, you need to stop right now. This red is like the crimson of crimsons, guys. It's a brilliant red. No one ever sells these. And I don't know if it's because people think, oh, it's just like your classic Anthurium. It's not. And it's so rare and it's hard to come by. I don't know, like nobody knows why this and Wenlingeri do the curly Q inflorescence. It's like a mystery. That's just beautiful. Ooh, before I continue on my morning, I wanna show you this right here. This is my Anthurium no ID that I lovingly call Black Swan because he's like a black swan. You just never know what he's gonna do. He's been a little bit underwater, that's why he's a little bit crispy. But yeah, that is the newest leaf. That is, even though that leaf is several months old. And the reason why he hasn't put out a leaf in a while is because he's been working on some babies. I have harvested probably over 100 of the berries so far, and there's still many more. I'll take this off real quick and just show you guys that this is what an infructescence of, which is basically a pollinated inflorescence of an Anthurium. That is what it looks like. It's a little triggering. I don't dig that trypophobia, but you know, it's not really pretty. It's pretty ugly. But you know what? Sometimes childbirth can be ugly, but it's also beautiful. There we go. Oh, and look at one just got some loose teeth right there. That is Anthurium Black Swan. We'll just see what the babies look like. I open pollinated him, so he could be self-pollinated. He could be pollinated with my Esmeralda Queen, with my Mr. Triangle Boy. I have no idea. I'm now moving on to my breakfast, guys, which is a few apples. Very refreshing. Oh yes. I love apples, love fruit. These are the Gala apples. I don't know how to pronounce it. They're very sweet and they're great. So yeah, I recommend these. They're awesome. Put them in the freezer. Or no, not the freezer. Put them in the put them in the fridge. Nice cold apples, nice, but not frozen. Don't put in the freezer, put in the fridge. The next thing I'm doing, guys, I'm taking my medication. I do think it's really important to take care of yourself. There's no shame in taking medication. If you have depression or anxiety, I find that having taken it, I just feel so much better. I feel like there's a weight that's been lifted off me. Definitely take care of yourself, guys. Get yourself some good ice cold tea. Or hot tea if it's cold where you are right now. Now I'm going to go do some facial crap. Let's go. So here we are in the bathroom. I never do a plant tour in here. I have a whale fin that it's pupping, but I also bent it when I closed the window, so I think he's doing okay. Yeah, this thing never gets any light. It's in this dark window. Look, if I turn this light off, that is how much light it gets. By the way, that is just a night light, but that is really all the light it's getting all day. For months and months and months. and it's still growing. And I water, I don't know, once a month or something. These are great plants if you have like a dark space, a dark room, or a corner you want to put some real plants in. Honestly, guys, these and ZZ plants, and even Aglaonemas, but ZZ plants and snake plants, they're so freaking hardy. They're indestructible. I gotta tell you, they're awesome. Just don't overwater them, guys. Don't water them too much. I water this thing like once a month. And then yeah, right over here, this is fake moss. I made this. I have a video on how I made this. If you go back, I'll link it below. But yeah, this is a great way to just kind of have like something that looks like greenery, something that looks like a living art piece, a living wall of moss. You don't have to give it light or water because it's not alive. So yeah, so now I'm going to do my skin routine. I just have this like lemongrass facial, this moisturizer thingamajig, and it's just for skin that is more oily. I just do 2 drops, and it smells really nice. Oh, look at me being a YouTuber doing my facial routine for you guys. It feels like I'm putting a layer of oil on my skin, which feels counterintuitive if you have oily prone skin, but I find that the less I do to my face, the less I break out. Isn't that crazy? In high school, and even a couple of years ago, like before COVID, I was like really, like scrubbing every day and trying to, and I found that when I just like left my skin alone, because your skin like produces its own oils. Your skin is kind of taking care of itself. It's moisturizing itself, in certain ways. So it's like, if I just kind of let my face be for the most part, and I don't pick at it, and I don't like constantly wash off and dry it out, everything, I don't break out as much, and my skin just looks healthier, it feels healthier, it feels softer, I just feel more confident in how I look. You don't necessarily need like a skin routine, but that's just a little thing that I use just to kind of, because I am prone to, even though I'm prone to oily skin, I'm also prone to like dry skin, like flaking and stuff. So once in a while, I'll put one of these charcoal masks on. They kind of get like little blackheads here. I only do that like, once every couple months. That's pretty much all I do when it comes to skincare. Can't forget to floss. And then just brush your teeth. Make sure you brush your teeth, guys. You want to have nice, beautiful, clean, white teeth. Oh, get an electric toothbrush. These are great. $1 million swimmer right here. Oh yeah. Planking for life. Subscribe. Fuck off, Jake. Alright, I gotta go. And then after this, oh god, and after this, my battery's about to die. I'm gonna, after this, what a mess. I'm just gonna go and work on some music, get ready, and then go to the plant corner for the day. Alright, peace out. Alright guys, I am back. It is clearly nighttime. I spent the day working at Plant Corner, watching the store, while Jira, the owner, is in Thailand visiting family. She is currently 12 hours ahead of me, so for her it's noon o'clock. Something like that. On most days where I'm not working at Plant Corner, because I'm kind of like an on-call, like I do it, when she needs a shift to be covered or something. So I don't like work there full-time or even part-time, just like, if she needs help filling some shifts or whatever. I will spend most of my day working on my music. For those of you who don't know, I am a music artist. I write and produce my own music. I'm working on an album right now, which I'm really excited about. I put out music videos. I'll link my music channel below. Go check those out. If you like my channel here, would love it if you give that channel a follow, because that's like my #1 passion. Plants come second. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Yeah, that's kind of it. And I'm gonna get up tomorrow and do it again. All right, see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Get out of here, you mess. Not you, me.